Wrestler Syko Stu, aka Stuart Smith, is out of the hospital nearly exactly a week after he was brutally beaten down by Rampage Jackson, the son of MMA legend Rampage Jackson, at that Knox Pro Wrestling event in Los Angeles. Now, his wife provided an update on Syko Stu's condition. And while he is now home, he is definitely not out of the woods because he is dealing with some really serious injuries here. So his wife says that he was actually still unconscious when he arrived at the emergency room after that vicious attack. That's how bad Stu was beaten. Now he's dealing with, his wife says, some really serious head injuries, some head trauma, including a broken maxilla bone. Because of that, Stu actually lost several teeth. He is dealing with a bunch of bumps and bruises and cuts, lacerations. Bottom line is, though, Contessa says that his wife says that he is really in great spirits. He now has had an opportunity to really grasp how big of a story this has become and how many people have tried to help him. His family had started a GoFundMe account that has raised a lot of money. These are really expensive medical bills, and again, with these kind of injuries, it's going to be a long road to recovery, and it's going to cost a lot of money. So Stu, his wife says, is super appreciative of all of the people who have stepped up and helped. Now, Rampage Jackson, for his part, obviously he is the dad of the guy who did this attack. He is speaking out here now, and he is blaming his son, but he is also blaming Syko Stu. So he goes to his social media account, and Rampage had a lot to say. So he goes, "This has gone too far. I'm sick of being quiet and letting all the low IQ people fall for clickbait. Yes, my son took things too far, and I'm pissed at him for being a POS and the way he handled it. But if Syko Stu wasn't drunk and wouldn't have hit my son over the head with a real beer can while he was streaming on his own stream, then Knox wouldn't have felt like they had to make things right by letting Raja get his get back in the ring. If my son would have just went to the police when the beer can incident happened, then the whole event could have gotten shut down and he could have sued. But no, my son is not as smart as I'd like him to be. Now, my family and I are getting racist death threats because of all the misinformation being posted so content creators can get paid from viewers. People actually think my son snuck in the ring in front of a live audience and picked Syko Stu up without permission to be there. Get smart, people. It was staged. But Raja took it too far. He only shook his hand and accepted Syko Stu's drunken apology because they said he could get in the storyline. He was told he could bleep him up. I have witnesses that say this isn't the first time that Syko Stu had done some drunk bleep backstage to a fan. Now we have the backstory that my son attacked an innocent military vet with PTSD, like my son knew everything about the man that came up from behind him and hit him and then asked him to sell it. I have other kids to protect, and I don't take kindly to threats. I'm not scared of prison or dying for my kids, and calling me names won't hurt my feelings. My son should face the consequences for going too far. He knows better. That's why he didn't tell me about the storyline. But Syko Stu was lucky I wasn't there when he hit my son over the head with a beer can the day after he got a concussion from sparring before. I wouldn't have cared if a bunch of pro wrestlers would have jumped me. I'm a father first. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Let's all learn a lesson. Keep your damn hands to yourself. If you get paid to do fake fighting, don't disrespect people that do the bleep for real. Now I put myself in this. DM me now." So there is Rampage Jackson. Again, he is blaming his son, and credit to Rampage, he has never tried to make excuses for his son. Perhaps until now. Obviously, Rampage says, look, Syko Stu played a role in this, that he should not have hit Raja with that beer can. Obviously, that's a video now that we have all seen. It happened before the in-ring incident ever took place, and a lot of people have looked at that moment as the reason for Raja's anger, and ultimately then hitting this guy more than 20 times inside that ring. Now, we know that if it were not for that wrestler, Douglas Mala, who came to Syko Stu's aid, this could be a very different story. Who knows what would have happened? But Douglas was able to rip Raja off of Stu and obviously hold him back, and that was the end of the attack. Now, a lot of people believe that Raja should be arrested, and he may, but it hasn't yet happened. He was allowed to leave the venue that night, And since LAPD, or I should say authorities in Los Angeles, have launched an investigation, we have checked in with them every single day, and they tell us they are continuing to investigate. This is a little bit more complex because it's a wrestling event, and some things are real, and some things are scripted, so they're trying to work their way through. Bottom line is authorities in Los Angeles are investigating the situation, and it's very possible that Rampage Jackson ultimately faces very serious charges here. I think most importantly, though, Syko Stu is out of the hospital. He's home. He is recuperating, but he's got a long way to go. Stay tuned.